Let's talk about the contributory parent visa. If you've got half or more than half of your children in Australia and the sponsoring child has been living there for probably at least 2 years, or they have a reasonable footprint in Australia, you could be applying for a parent visa. The contributory parent visa is divided into two groups. You've got the onshore group, which you have to be over the age of 67 to apply for, or what most people are resorting to is the offshore group, which you can apply for whilst you're living in South Africa. Unfortunately, this visa takes a long time to process. It could be anything from 6 to 12 years at this stage, and it will probably cost you about 1.5 million for 2 people. The majority of those fees are only paid at the very end of the visa process. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is you can actually also combine this with an 870 visa, which will give you 3 or 5 years at a time in Australia. And you could double that up. So you could be spending at least 10 years in Australia whilst you wait for your parent visa to come through. But the paperwork is pretty simple. You put some money on the table, you fill in a couple of forms, and you've got yourself a visa application. The really hard thing to plan around this is moving the money to Australia, where you're going to live in Australia, what you're going to be doing in Australia whilst you either wait for your parent visa to come through, or once you have got your parent visa, will you have access to the funds that you need to live there? Have you got a job? Are you going to be with a family, or are you going to get your own place? These are all important considerations when you're looking at the parent visa. And a lot of people only look at the paperwork and they don't actually think of going one step bigger, which is the rest of your life actually, which you'll be living in Australia. Give us a call. I'll be happy to chat to you about these.